What if I told you that eating healthy might actually be the worst thing that you can do if you're trying to lose fat? Crazy, right? But I'm not even joking. After coaching more than 1,000 men in over 15 years, I've seen this mistake ruin more transformations than anything else. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 4 main reasons why eating healthy might be the reason that your belly won't go away. And stick around to the end because I'm going to show you exactly what to do instead if you want to ditch your belly for good. Let's jump right into it. Mistake number one when it comes to eating healthy is overeating on calories. Now, I'm going to show you two different food options here. And I want your opinion and I want your guess in terms of what is the healthier option between these two groups. So we have the Caesar salad on one side at McDonald's, and we have the Big Mac that everyone knows and loves at McDonald's. So between these two, what do you think is the healthier option? You're probably going to say the Caesar salad, right? And if you did, I'm not even going to say you're wrong. I probably agree with you because you probably have a few more nutrients in the Caesar salad compared to the Big Mac. Now, between the two, what do you think has more calories, the Caesar salad or the Big Mac? The correct answer, guys? It's actually the Caesar salad. So this is why I always like to say it's not about eating healthy when it comes to losing belly fat. It's about eating the right way, which we'll explain later in the video, so stay tuned for that. So the Caesar salad could be deemed healthier by a lot of people, but it has more calories to it, and obviously the more calories we consume, the more fat we're going to gain. So a lot of these healthy foods, guys, actually have a lot more calories than you think. And if you want to learn basically how to, know what to eat, just comment high protein down below. I'll leave it basically in the pinned comments as well. Grab 40 free recipes that you can plug and play. That way you can shred fat without any guesswork at all. Mistake number two when it comes to eating healthy is having not enough protein. Now, do you ever feel maybe like you have a little bit of weight to lose, but maybe you're just kind of lacking that muscle definition and you still have that big belly to come along with it? Well, low protein plays a big factor in that. And if you're just focused on eating healthy with really no objective definition of what eating healthy is, then you're probably consuming a lot lower protein than you think. And it's going to lead to that body composition where you have the belly and you really don't have any muscle definition to go along with it. This is why you have to learn to eat right. And when it comes to eating right, I define it as two simple ways, which we'll go in detail more at the end. Is number one, you got to dial in your calories, and number two, you got to dial in your protein. Now, what's the difference between dialing in our calories and protein compared to just eating healthy? One of them is very quantifiable, and one of them is very subjective. And if we don't have quantifiable actions to what we're eating, then you can see why, guys, how this could be a problem and why most guys struggle in terms of losing the belly because we're either maybe over-consuming calories, which we talked before, or we're just not eating enough protein. Mistake number three when it comes to eating healthy, and I got a curveball for you guys here, but could be actually under eating calories. Say what? You might be thinking like, hey, Rich just said that in mistake number one, that I could be over consuming calories when it comes to eating healthy, which is very true. But I want to ask you this question here, guys. When it comes to eating healthy, what is your definition of that? Maybe for you, it could be having a lot of, high protein foods like chicken, beef, whatever it may be. Maybe for another person, it could be having a lot of those superfoods like avocados and nuts and peanut butters, like, foods that maybe have a lot of high fat content in them. And maybe for another individual, it could be having a lot of like fruits, salads, and you're trying to like maybe limit sugar and, just making sure your calories aren't that high. Well, if that's you and you answer that, like, limit the sugars and have a lot of fruits and salads, could you potentially see why your calories are a little bit too low? Again, guys, it all goes back to eating healthy is subjective. Dialing your calories and your protein is not subjective. Now, under consuming calories, you might be thinking could be a good thing, but I'm going to tell you mistake number four right now, why it could be the worst thing that you can do when it comes to long-term fat loss. Mistake number four when it comes to eating healthy is your metabolism could be crushed. Now, if you guys understand what I'm going to say here in the next few minutes, I promise you, you're never going to have a problem losing and keeping the fat off for life. So your metabolism, when I use the word metabolism, I'm basically referring to how many calories your body is burning in a given day, and obviously the course of weeks and months. And it's very simple, guys. When you lose weight and you even lose muscle that goes along with the losing weight, your metabolism is going to go down, especially if you're like a chronic, what we call yo-yo dieter, like you lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, you're naturally going to have a lower metabolism. Now, what does like eating healthier have anything to do with this, right? Well, remember what I talked about before. If your protein was low, and let's say you're under consuming calories, that can have a direct correlation in terms of how many calories you are actually burning at rest and in a given day, which basically means you are lowering your metabolism. Think of it this way, guys. Muscle is metabolically active, and there's four main things that make up our metabolism. BMR, so our basal metabolic rate, I'm sure you've heard that term before. It makes about 70% of it. NEAT, NEAT, so non-exercise activity thermogenesis, more than that in a second. TEF, so the thermic effect of food. Don't worry if your head's spinning. I'll tell you 1 second here. And the last thing is your exercise. So your strength training, your walking, your cardio, whatever it may be. If you want to know more basically on how to learn about the metabolism and how to put this in your favor, I'll link the video because it's a full video that you can watch basically right here. Instead of me repeating the same thing over and over again, watch this video, guys. Speed up metabolism. Don't focus on eating healthy. Focus on eating the right way. Down your calories, down your protein. Have no guesswork. If you guys do this, and if you follow what I say in this video with the metabolism, you guys will never have a problem losing fat for life. If this helped, please like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if this did help also. Check out that video. You won't be disappointed. The quality might be a little bit bad because it's a bit of an old school one, but the information is still going to be there. Thanks for watching, guys.